Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, Central Africa's mining governance needs strengthening. Tenova Takraf Africa tenders for Phase 2 of the Moatize project. And flawed legislation hampers South Africa's diamond polishing efforts. The mining governance in the Central African region remains weak and requires strengthening to calm investor fears, says International Crisis Group's Central African Project Director Terry Verculon.
Production is definitely rising in Congo for several years now, but mining governance is still very much a challenge there. There is a review process of the mining code in Congo that has started in 2012 and that is supposed to be completed this year. This review process is, of course, generating a lot of nervousness among the mining companies in Congo. There are a lot of talks, but the process itself is not very transparent in a way. So that's why mining companies are a bit worried at the moment, fearing that actually the Congolese government would ask for a 35% ownership in the joint venture in the Congo. There are also other governance mining issues that are not solved at the moment. One of them is the relationship between the mining companies, the artisanal mining communities, and the industrial companies.
Open-cast mining and underground solutions and materials handling equipment supplier Tenova Takraf is tendering and negotiating for a contract to supply materials handling machinery and services to a major coal project in Mozambique.
I think in South Africa there's not a lot of new projects that are being launched. A lot of refurbishment work and a lot of upgrades. And I think that is really one of the drivers for us to aggressively increase our marketing into Africa and target Africa. I think there's a lot of activity there, a lot of projects that we've identified, and I think that's where our growth in the future is going to come from.
While the idea behind the state diamond trader is noble, the legislation that paved the way for its establishment is flawed, and this has led to beneficiators not receiving the types of diamonds that can be polished economically in South Africa, says World Federation of Diamond Bourses President Ernest Blom.
The state diamond traders' modus operandi, I think, is correct, and the reason for its existence is correct, and that is to supply the downstream diamond industry with a regular diamond supply or rough supply of diamonds. However, unfortunately, because of the legislation which governs it, it is not as effective as they would hope it would be, because the legislation tells them to buy what we call run-of-mine production, which is not necessarily only gem quality diamonds, but also industrials and near gems, which are not polishable in South Africa.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged onto miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.